Hi, I'm Bethan with Grow Your Road project. Today we're going to be encouraging insects into our gardens by making them a cosy little corner in your garden that they can call home. Some of the items that we'll be using today are just here. All of the items are foraged or just from the garden, so we haven't bought anything, so this is essentially free. We've got some wood and some logs. I've actually pre-drilled a few holes in these. You don't have to drill any holes, that's absolutely fine. We've got bits of wood and bark. Now this sort of stuff you can find in lots of places, and you can just bring that back. We've got sticks, and we will be cutting some sticks down, and I will show you how to do that with loppers and to do that safely. Whenever you're working with tools, you need to be really careful. Only work with the tools that you're happy and comfortable using, and always get some parental help, and stay with your children if you're cutting or if they're cutting. I'm using my bypass loppers here, and this stick is the size that fits my pot, and so I can use this as a measure guide. So I'm just going to lay my stick over a piece of wood, and then I'm just going to cut them down to size. So we do that really carefully, keeping your blade away from yourself. If you want to wear glasses to protect your eyes, then that's also a great idea. And we're just going to cut a few more sticks to the size that we want, and that's perfect. You can use secateurs if you've got sticks that are probably no bigger than your little finger. You can use secateurs. Again, use those really safely. So talking about the items that we've got, most of this is a natural. Plastics do tend to break down. There are certain plastics which are better. I've got some plastic pipe which we've just had literally lying around the house. All the other items that we've foraged, some beautiful lovely pine cones which are really fun, really nice. But the plastics need to be quite sturdy, otherwise you will find that over time they will just crack and break, which you can then replace, but we don't really want micro little plastics in the garden. I've got a tile here. It's a chimney ridge tile, and it's beautiful and makes a really lovely shape, and we'll be using that, and I'm going to start by snuggling that in there. I've also got a few broken pots. Now if you're using broken pots, please be really careful, but again they make really nice little places for you to put things in and amongst the garden. If you've got any other tiles, then that's a really good thing to use. We have some old tiles from our roof that was replaced, and they're actually really beautiful. And when you sort of put them together, insects love climbing in this tiny gap, and it's just the right sort of environment for them. So I'm actually going to start by laying a couple of tiles on the base. We've got plenty of wood. And we will do some stacking up. So I've got some plastic. I have got plastic and some plastic plant pots. And you have to use what you've got really. They're quite good for stacking things into, and for making some hidey holes. Your children with their little tiny fingers, I'm sure, will be brilliant at getting everything in the right place. It's really nice just to kind of spend some time poking all the lovely things into the corners and getting it how you like it. So I'm going to fill up this. This is quite a big one, and I'm actually going to fill it full of all this bark. And over time it will start to decay down, and especially wood lice, they will love spending time in your lovely little home. So I'm stacking this in here. I'm going to put my pine cones alongside, and again, just to stop them all falling out, I'm going to pop another bit of just broken terracotta along. I'm going to use a piece of wood, and I'm going to actually choose to have 2 levels, but it's totally up to you with what you've got. I'm going to balance this here. We want our little home to be quite sturdy. I've chosen quite a shady area in our garden because the insects won't like really hot sunlight, and you know, you don't want it to be beaten around by the wind and rain too much. I am going to see if we can squeeze another one of these in, but we might not be able to, so we can just put some more of our lovely twigs. Different insects like different environments, so it's good to provide a variety if you can. I have, like I said, I have drilled holes in the wood, and certain bees actually really like going into holes. There are leaf cutter bees and mining bees, and they will all appreciate some holes that you put in. If you don't want to use a drill, you can just put the wood in as it is, and they will make their own holes, which is absolutely fabulous as well. So I'm going to balance, and I've got a couple of stones, and I'm just going to see if we can make it so it's quite sturdy, and I'm thinking that that's pretty good at the moment. Quite happy with that. We'll squirrel some more wood in and bark. You can always come and add to it later, which is what is so nice about this project. It's not necessarily a finished product. I'm going to get a couple more tiles and actually pop them on top, because I like the idea. Again, it does make it quite sturdy. I like the idea of them being a little bit protected and not being sort of washed out and flooded out. I've got some stones here, literally just from our garden, and I'm going to put a few of those around. I think it makes it nice. And again, it's another habitat. Maybe ants might like to scurry amongst the stones. What with this lovely weather we're having, it's actually really nice to give insects a spot of water. So I'm going to put a little tiny tray, just a plastic tray with a few stones in, and I'm just going to fill it with water because butterflies, bees all need to drink. So that essentially is our finished bug home. And for the last flourish, let me just pop a little insect for fun. So have fun creating your insect home.